So last month, my friend Dave announced at our usual Tuesday trivia night that he was starting a podcast. Now, Dave is the kind of guy who once spent 3 weeks ranking every kind of pencil in his house, so we all braced ourselves for something niche. Sure enough, he proudly declared it would be all about spoons. We laughed, but he was serious. He bought a microphone, set up a website, and even came up with a slogan: Spoonfuls of Knowledge. At first, it was kind of impressive. His first episode was a deep dive into the history of the teaspoon. Second episode, spoon materials, from wood to titanium. By the third week, he was comparing the pros and cons of slotted versus solid spoons. I started to worry when he invited his neighbor, Linda, on as a guest just because she owned a spork. Nonetheless, he somehow managed to stretch it into a 45-minute discussion about hybrid utensils and whether or not a grapefruit spoon counts as a spork's arch nemesis. But then, one Tuesday, Dave showed up looking frazzled. He admitted he was running out of spoon content. "There are only so many ways you can talk about soup ladles before you start repeating yourself," he sighed. The next episode was just him reading the Wikipedia page for spoons, which, I have to admit, was still somehow more entertaining than his soup spoons. Are they just bowls with handles? Episode. That's when he got desperate. The week after, I tuned in to find Dave narrating as he stirred a pot of macaroni and cheese, describing the subtle viscosity changes and oral pleasures of spoon-on-pot acoustics. By episode 10, his podcast was literally just 30 minutes of spoon swirling, with Dave occasionally whispering, "This is some grade A stirring action." His listener count actually went up. Turns out, people found it oddly soothing. But when I asked him where he was getting all this new content, he just grinned and said, "Well, when you run out of things to say about spoons, you've just got to start stirring the pot."